The theorist I was given is Albert Bandura. Bandura was born on December 4th, 1925. He was the youngest child in a family of 6. His career in psychology came by accident. Since he had little to do in the morning, he took a psychology class to pass the time. As he went through the class, he began to fall in love with the subject. He graduated from the University of British Columbia in 1949 before attending the University of Iowa and obtaining his master's and PhD. During his time in Iowa, he began to support a style of psychology that suggested to investigate psychological phenomenon through repeatable experimental testing. This allowed for more potent modeling, such as observational learning and self-regulation, and provided psychologists with a practical way in which to theorize about mental processes. After college, Bandura did an internship at the Wichita Guidance Center in 1953. He started teaching at Stanford University, where he still works today. In 1974, he was elected president of the American Psychological Association. In his research, Bandura analyzed the foundation of human learning and the willingness of children and adults to imitate behavior observed in others. The social learning theory is a theory that people learn from one another by observation, imitation, and modeling. Bandura believed behavior modifiers such as reward and punishment were inadequate, and most behaviors were learned from other humans. He believed an aggressive child must have a source of violence in their life, and a way of treating that child is to identify the source of the violence. Bandura had 4 principles of social learning. Attention. To learn, we must focus on the task. If we see something different in some way, we are more likely to make it a focus of our attention. Retention. We learn from internalizing information in our memory. We can recall information later when we are in a situation similar to the situation where we first learned the information. Reproduction. We reproduce previously learned information such as behavior, skills, and knowledge. Practice through mental and physical rehearsal can improve responses. Motivation. We need to be motivated to do anything. That motivation can originate from someone else being rewarded or punished. The Bobo doll experiment was conducted in 1961 and designed to show that similar behaviors were learned by individuals shaping their own behavior. After the action of models, the results changed the course of modern psychology and were widely credited for helping shift the focus in academic psychology from pure behaviorism to cognitive psychology. In the experiment, children's behavior were monitored after they watched an adult model act aggressively towards a doll. Bandura found that he learned that the children exposed to the aggressive model were more likely to act in physical aggressive way than those who were not exposed to the aggressive model. Some examples of the social learning theory is a teenager who might learn slang from observing their peers. A child might see a sibling receive a lollipop for behaving politely and imitate that behavior to hope to get a treat of themselves. A child in class might pick up swearing from another student. A child learns to make a different facial expression by observing his or her mother. And a child who learns to walk through observation. In 1986, Bandura changed the name of the social learning theory to social cognitive theory. It still focuses on how behavior and growth are affected by the cognitive operations that occur during social activities. This can be applied to the motivation and learning for both students and teachers. Bandura's research shows that high perceived self-efficiency leads for higher goals to be set and an increase in the chances that the students and the teachers will dedicate themselves to reaching that goal.